We have the one and only Michael Kleinmann, founder and CEO of the Underwear Expert, coming to us. This guy's been in D2C for quite some time. Okay.
Absolutely.
I think from like OG days,
OG days.
like early 2000s days.
Yeah. Super early.
With FreshPair, scaling it from his New York City bedroom. I mean, this guy has been in e-commerce for quite some time. Now here with the Underwear Expert, taking things up and to the right forever and ever. I even think, wow, producer Jack, I wasn't quite ready. I even think he's created his own holiday. Okay,
that's true.
So you're talking about innovative marketing. I think he's created his own holiday, National Underwear Day. We must welcome him inside of this show. Everybody, welcome the one and only Michael Kleinmann. Get in here, Michael. Get in here.
Let's go.
Hi.
Michael, welcome to the show. We appreciate you making the time to join us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Michael, I would love to get some lore from being in e-com in days of yore. From what I understand, Michael, even like back like 2001 or so with FreshPair. Is that the case?
It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Yeah. I started in 2001, so 25 years. Yeah.
25. Oh my gosh. Man. How have you seen the landscape change since you started 2001 till now? I mean, that is just a crazy shift. And when you first started till now, I mean, that's absolutely bananas.
I mean, totally different. I mean, when we started in 2001, I had 2 high school kids in their garage as my programmers, right? There was no Shopify or anything like that. There weren't apps. Like if you wanted to do something, you had to figure it out. So we had guys, these kids in their garage. I had a bunch of interns and we just figured it out. I don't know how we figured it out, but we figured it out. And I've seen just about everything. I mean, you name it, I've probably experienced it, wasted money on it, tried it, the whole thing.
Wow. Michael, back then, I mean, how were people even advertising? Was it just all Google ads back then?
Yeah. I was telling someone the other day, Google ads did not exist back then. You would call Google and they would give you an insertion order and you would buy impressions and then you would negotiate the CPM. And that's how you used to buy traffic from Google. But your biggest sources of traffic back then were usually affiliate programs and organic.
Okay.
Oh my God.
And I would guess hopefully I remember at that time, there was all these like viral email threads, people like forward like these like viral, like, oh man, it's a great story. I mean, I would think like that's what like going viral was back then. It was like being in everybody's emails.
We didn't really do that, but the whole thing, you mentioned National Underwear Day, which like happened by accident. But the story behind National Underwear Day is that in 2002, I'm reading an article about Google changing their algorithm, and I was getting really scared because I was like, okay, we get a third of the traffic from organic. They're going to make one change and we're going to go out of business. And it was like so early on, I hadn't even proved that the business worked yet. And then I realized that like all these online things really require like offline things also, right? And the same is true today, right? You can do all the advertising in the world that you want, but you also need like real things happening, not just ads. So I was like, okay, I need to do something where I get people to write about it and I get links going to my website. This is 2002, before people even talked like that. So I decided, well, what's the largest scale thing I can do? Times Square, get some models, create a national holiday. So that's
Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so I mean, double click on this. I mean, what does it look like to I mean, do you like reserve space in Times Square? I mean, how'd this thing work out?
It helps to know people. No, you really can't just show up and do something in Times Square. You need a permit, right? Yeah. So the first few years, I hired models on Craigslist. I don't know if anyone even knows what Craigslist is anymore, but we hired models on Craigslist and we did this like grassroots thing. We had, like CNN following us with TV cameras live. We did like live radio interviews from my cell phone as we're walking through the city. And then eventually someone from the city called me and they said, Michael, we know you're going to show up this year for National Underwear Day. You really need to have a permit this time. And I was like, okay, well, how much is a permit? They said, well, we just did this movie and their permit was like 400,000. I was like, well, I'm going to need like the startup version of that. So let's just say I figured it out. But interestingly enough, in order to get a permit back then in the middle of Times Square, you needed 20 New York City agencies to sign the permit. And the form was like this big with carbon paper. And like, it was just a formality because you couldn't actually get to the bottom of the form, right? So
that's hilarious.
So I was like, you know what? This is going to take forever. We're planning the event. I don't care. We're just planning the event. So we planned the event. We got the permit the day before. Slightly stressful. Yeah. But towards the end of the years that I used to do the event in Times Square, we'd build a 50-foot elevated runway right in the middle of Times Square, right across from Good Morning America, production trailers. I air conditioned part of Times Square, the whole thing. I was in my 20s, so I was invincible, right? I could do anything.
Crazy.
And the word no did not exist. So we just we did it. And then we outgrew Times Square at some point and we had to make the event indoors, which was a whole other stratosphere of events.
I mean, talk about like guerrilla marketing, like getting CNN to follow you, like we're going to show up. We don't got the permit. No, you have to have a permit. All right, well, we're planning it. We're just going to like make it happen. Like, I mean, talk about like guerrilla marketing and earned media. Like this is like OG day of days here
for social media. Like if I had Instagram back then, it'd be like $1 billion business by now. Right. But the last time I did the event, we outgrew Times Square. So I had an invite only event. I rented a big event space. We did 10 runway shows.
Crazy.
I had a lot of celebrities there. We were on the Today Show. I had 750 invited guests and there were 500 people online trying to get in. And I was like, unless they're an A-list celebrity, they're not coming in. Like, I don't need that.
Wow.
I mean, could you dive into some of these celebrities that were there? I mean, this is crazy. You're just like, this is true lore. You're like A-list only. That's unbelievable for a brand.
Yeah. Like a lot of my friends were there who are celebrities. I had the Real Housewives, like the original ones, like New York, New Jersey. Yeah, New Jersey ones filmed an episode at my event. There were a whole lot of celebrities there. I had like a huge press corps. Like there were 40 photographers that showed up. I had Lydia Hurst was my MC. So she and I walked out on the runway together. And then Tyson Beckford, who's the polo model from the 80s.
The man.
Yeah. So he wound up. We somehow got connected to him, and I got him and Lydia on the Today Show, and then he showed up to the event and he lifted me up on the runway. So there's like a really good photo. If you Google Tyson Beckford, Michael Kleinmann.
That's bananas, man. Yeah. Bananas.
I mean, this is like Chris and I would call this kind of like a moonshot marketing move where you are truly going for it. Could you kind of give advice to that CMO that's trying to get approval from CEO? Hey, I have this moonshot marketing move that exactly like you're talking with. How do they get this approval? How do they do these moves like you're doing, which are just unbelievable?
That's crazy.
I mean, I don't think they're going to get those. I don't
think they're going to get them either.
Yeah, I think you need to hire like a 22-year-old and tell them to come up with the craziest idea possible, and then go figure out how to do it. Yeah,
I love that.
Because at that point in time, I didn't think about what it costs, and I didn't think about the implications. I just like, what's the best thing to do? How do I do it as fast as possible? Call everyone I know, and I don't know if you can still do things like that, but with Underwear Expert, which is the current company that I have, it's a curated subscription box because I always wanted to be in the subscription business. So I did the same thing with Underwear Expert, where we created a viral series on YouTube like a decade ago called Boxers or Briefs. And we would walk up to people on the street and ask them what kind of underwear they were wearing. And we have hundreds of videos, and many of them have gone viral. But I think I was always like 10 years ahead of my time. Like,
man, it sounds
it was
like
too
it, bro.
expensive to do then. It didn't really convert back then. I think now it would do well, but I'm not going to go restart that. So,
well, man, you golly, this is incredible lore, and it sounds like now with the underwear expert. I mean, give me like what happened. I mean, we exit the past one, I suppose, and then run it back but in subscription form. Is that the case?
Exactly.
Different. The old one was men's and women's. The old one was big. Okay. We had 30,000 SKUs that we sold. So that was like
wild.
Yeah.
That's a beast.
Walking through that warehouse was like, it really grounded you, because you had so much stuff. And then Underwear Expert is different. It's a curated subscription box for guys that are more style conscious, and it's totally different. And then if you know anyone that wants to buy that business, I would love to sell it. However, what I'm really passionate about now is my other business, which is a consulting business where we go in and we fix e-commerce businesses. Because that's fun. Yeah, that's fun for me, because you can. What?
Well, you're set up for this kind of thing, man. I mean,
Absolutely.
You've been doing it. You've been in this thing for like quarter of a century now.
I've been in it for a while. So yeah, I mean, working with different businesses, and everyone pretty much has similar issues that I've either experienced either fully or partially, but going in and helping kind of to fix the foundational elements of a business, and that way, whatever they do to scale it, it's like built on a solid foundation. That's what's fun for me. So that's what we're doing with my other business.
What are you seeing kind of as similar problems that keep coming up as you're going through this consultancy, where you're diving into brands and you're saying, I just keep running over this problem time and time again with brand owners?
So if it's a founder run brand, a startup, let's say 2 to 15 million, something like that, then the problem is, there are few things that seem to repeat themselves, but it's usually the founder themselves. The founder is usually the creative guy. They came up with the idea. They took it as far as they could take it, but they don't know how to run an e-commerce company. And a lot of the problems stem from that. And so even though I'm an e-commerce consultant, right, or I'm like an outsourced C-suite is how I like to say it, I'm really a therapist, because a lot of times you're talking to them about, the problems they have with their parents, and they're trying to prove to their dad that they're not a screw up. And so like, those are the things that you really get into. And that's really what drives a lot of them. And the other theme that I've seen is with founder run companies, again, the 2 to 15 million range, they'll have a number 2 person that started early on and they're still there. And that number 2 person is in charge of all sorts of things, usually technology, but they're just not good. They're not educated. They don't know what they're doing. They took the company to a certain level, but they really can't get it to the next level. So a lot of the companies that I deal with, it's like, you peel back the layers of the onion, it's the same thing, right? It's the psychology of the founder, the emotional, limitations or emotional state of the founder, what they're trying to prove to themselves and others, their family. There's, some legacy employees that need to go. And like, if you can just strip the emotion out and just fix the things and then let their marketing work on top of it, then you should be good. But as you guys know,
I find this very interesting. I find this very interesting. I had an old boss when I was agency side. This is a few positions ago, and he had this term that he would always use, or this phrase he would always use: all business problems are personal problems, because of this very thing that you're describing, where really, like, what's wrong with the business, a lot of times, especially at a certain stage, like, what's really wrong with the business is what's wrong with me. If I'm the one in charge,
it's your fears come out in the business. I mean, same thing for me with Underwear Expert and FreshPair. I mean, I can be a phenomenal consultant to others, but when it's your own business, there are different things that drive you, right? I mean, I had a client, and it was really all about proving to his dad that he was not a disaster. That was it. And that's what drove, the difficult conversations and the whole entire thing. And should that business even be around? Probably not. But, it's around because they're trying to prove something, and there are a lot of things like that. And as you guys know, I'm sure you've heard this a lot, like sometimes the best thing you could do is pull the plug.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right?
That's got to be rough. I mean, but I mean, yeah, fair.
It's better than a lot of other scenarios. So I think sometimes you have to be ready to pull the plug. Sometimes it's cheaper to pull the plug than to continue to have problems. And, anyway, if anyone wants to buy an underwear business,
well, I think for sure there is. For sure there is.
There definitely is.
Actually, a couple of names have come to my mind that may be interesting.
What's cool about Underwear Expert though is actually that we built like a ton of custom technology around like the curation of the box, right? Because I'm sure you wear different underwear than you'd wear, and I'm sure there's like everyone has like different preferences, right?
Yeah.
So dealing with like the fashion conscious guy, like they're going to want to really fine tune what they get, right? People don't want surprises. Like I'm not sending you like a pink thong, right? You're not going to right?
I'm probably not going to rock the pink thong.
You're sending it to me.
Right. I will rock the pink thong.
I will send both of you pink thongs, but if I send you a pink thong, you're going to cancel your subscription and be like, what's going on here? Right?
Yeah.
So, but maybe someone only wants that. So we built all the software where you can like curate the box, and as your preferences change over time, it's very easy to update things. So Underwear Expert's a unique animal.
Fascinating. Wow. So Michael, tell me this.
Yeah.
Your consultancy. I mean, what's it called? What, where do people find you, follow you? Like, how do they get involved?
Yeah. So we're working on a better name, but right now it's the newest name we have is Powered by MK. So we're on social media as Powered by MK. Because I just thought like Michael Kleinmann Consulting was boring,
Okay, I did Powered by MK. I did.
Yeah, so because everything's basically powered by me, so or my ideas. So it's Powered by MK. Website is mkinc.com. You can find me on LinkedIn. You could just type Michael Underwear into Google. I'm sure I'll show up.
Yeah. I'm there. I found you now. Yeah, Powered by MK. mkinc.com.
Yeah.
Great.
So we just started posting content. On social, but mkinc.com is the website. So you can find me there.
Fascinating, man. Fascinating. I will say this, Michael, man. There's I think there are so few. I mean, how many people have we had on the show, Colin? I mean,
probably 400 plus.
Oh, wow.
We've had so many people on the show because I mean, we're here every day, 2.5 hours a day. There are very few who have been in this game through as many eras as you have,
totally.
Especially as a founder in those eras.
I'd say maybe 3 that I can remember.
Yeah, we count them on one hand. hand.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I say that to say, and the perspective and the uniqueness of navigating those different eras, I think just brings incredible credibility and value to who you're talking with and working with now. I mean, that's significant, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. I mean, I saw yesterday or the day before that Alan Greenspan died, the former FreshPair.
Yeah.
And so in around 2008 or during the recession, he came out with this statement that said, that you're going into a recession when men's underwear sales dip, and men's underwear sales are an economic indicator. Yeah, because essentially they're usually flat, right? And then if they dip a little bit, that means you're heading into a recession.
How are they doing? What's going on?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How are they doing?
I don't know. I just remember that when he said that, I was on so many news programs. I was on TV. I was everywhere commenting on that.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Yeah, I'm afraid to look at the underwear indicator right now.
Well, I think we need to try and build one and make it a. We need to build in an underwear. We need a vibe code and underwear recession indicator down here at the bottom of our ticker. Michael, man, we appreciate you making the time to join us. mkinc.com. Where can people find you on LinkedIn or other places, Michael? Where should they go and find you and follow you?
Yeah, just type Michael Kleinmann into LinkedIn, and would love to chat with you. If anyone has any D2C companies they need help with. We are really good at what we do, and we love to chat.
Oh, that's the case.
Let's
I know
go.
that's the case. Michael, man, we
That's
appreciate
amazing.
you making the time to join us. We look forward to having you back, man. Thank you, brother.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Wow.